And yes, it does say we are live. So it's going through Restream.
Well, I've got your YouTube page up.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't see anything there yet. Let me refresh it.
It's saying we are online. Let's go over here to
I got it.
What do you have it on? YouTube?
YouTube, yeah.
And I'm going over here and I'm checking. The first thing I'm checking is the Simply Wooden Creations page. And yes, we're live on Simply Wooden Creations too. And let me refresh. It's saying we are online.
Hey, I got it.
I got it.
What do you have it on? YouTube?
I don't have it on YouTube yet.
I had to go on his page, and then I had to go to videos. And
Okay, I
refresh
found
the
it.
page. You got it?
Yeah.
So, and as of right now, the quality that I'm seeing,
The one I see on your page is the quality of the video is great. It's just there's lag.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I expect lag, you know, there's
And I
nothing
got
you're
it-
going to do.
I found it on Facebook too.
Yep,
Did you-
there's nothing you're going to do about the lag. I mean, that's just going to happen. But my point is it's working both on Facebook and on YouTube like it's supposed to be. So,
Are you on Makers, Woodworkers and Makers? Is that where?
no, it's actually on Simply Wooden Creations on Facebook.
Oh, it is? Okay.
James.
Yeah, the
Parker
last
wants to
couple
know-
of times I tried to post to Woodworkers and Makers, it didn't work. So I went back to Simply Wooden Creations and boom, it started doing it there. So
James Parker on the Facebook feed wants to know if you got a scroll saw project.
did I get a scroll as of before I came out here? No.
Okay.
So
Hope you heard that, James.
yeah, I haven't got it as of where's he at on Facebook?
He was on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. Good evening. Did you know as of right now, James? I haven't received your scroll saw project. So now the bad thing about this situation is I liked it in Yardstream because it actually posted both Facebook Restream would send it back to Yardstream, would post the chats over here so I could see them. So I'm only going to be able to monitor one. Let's see if I can do a pop-out chat. Well, that didn't work, obviously. Anyway, I've got to figure out how to get both chats up so I can see both of them at the same time.
Aussie man's out there.
Aussie man, good to see you. I've got to go back through and yeah, it's over on Facebook. Even on the head, as soon as I closed everything out and opened back up, Facebook opened back up and it's popped up in my feed. Russ is live now. So
Excuse me.
Close the camera as you go by me.
what I've got to do is figure out how to
You're too fast.
open up or do the pop-up chat. Let's sign in. Why do I have to sign in again? Because it says it's paused. Sometimes this thing can be a pain in the ass. I think we already discussed it. All right, I can't. I've got to. For some reason, it's not letting me log back into YouTube. You're kidding me, right? So I can't do the pop-up chat. So
I think people just sit around waiting to see if you come online.
they love me that much, Paul.
I guess.
So anyway, I'll figure out some way to watch both
That's not good.
chats, and I'm sure that y'all wouldn't mind helping me out.
Nope.
So yeah, there's your signs.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
just
got
messing
you
around.
pretty well. Yeah, it's got you pretty well covered up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm just
so
messing.
it's working. And from what I'm seeing over on Facebook, and when I could sign into YouTube, here, let me do this. There's a reason it won't let me sign back in is because it's opened up again. Jeez.
So I guess to use one of the backgrounds, I have to have a solid color behind me.
Is that a green screen behind you, Brenda, or is that really your room?
That's green screen.
Green screen. Yeah, she has one of those green screens. I need to find out where you get that. It's pretty cool. Well, I need to do my sponsors and everything, so I really don't need the green screen.
Well, if you had a green screen, well, I don't know. On OBS, if you have a green screen, you can put it as a scroll across your screen, and you have your sponsors up that way. But I don't think you can do that on this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty well going to have to.
Well, you probably can. You've got so many buttons and stuff to push there, but you'd have to find the right one.
I'm probably going to have to end up leaving it like.
Because Matt brings all his up on his Monday night show.
And
Yeah.
he's
All
on
the people that
OBS.
donate.
But he's on
That's
OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses OBS already. Yeah, we already talked about that. So, and but I'm in love with this Zoom.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like it. I like it.
It's
nice and clear. I think that's amazing.
You
yeah.
can see the paint stains on my sweatshirt.
I thought that was bird
If
droppings.
you notice the last
paint.
few yard streams that we did were very poor quality. I went back and my camera was just fuzzy in and out all over. I'm looking at this here, and I shut down and rebooted just to see if it would help me be able to see anything any better.
I also noticed I had to switch over to use Chrome instead of Firefox, and I couldn't have anything else running on YardStream. It was using up that much. But this, I'm back on Firefox. I've got YouTube and Facebook running on the backgrounds right now. So
yeah, obviously their platform is mucho dinero. Much better.
oh God.
So now what I want to do is I want to pop out chat. I want to close this out and bring the chat there. I got it that time. Somebody type something in the chat, please, over on YouTube. Let's see if this is working.
did.
Yep. Test. Immediately. I mean, it's like boom right there. So yeah. So I've got the pop out chat over on YouTube on top of the Facebook page where I can see chat. So you can see both of them, which is great.
Now, how many people can remember what I mean by what I just typed?
Yeah, that's great. So I can see both of them. But yeah, and I'm really satisfied with this. Even the over on Facebook, I mean, it is crystal clear. So it's like YouTube and Facebook are both, so the quality so there. So yeah, Yardstream seems to be slacking
Yeah.
on their quality. Now I noticed last night the Brenda's and Matt's show. Now that was good. I mean, your quality was. Y'all didn't have any fuzzy video or anything. Your quality was good.
Yeah, I've been pleased with it.
Yeah, I am too. Don't get me wrong. But the point is this is so much better, and the fact that I can have everybody back into the. Yes, even old Rusty Nails is
Oh,
here.
he's back.
Hey,
This is
Russ.
my- this is
Everybody
microphone
hide your
clicking.
Everybody hide your popcorn. He's going to
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah, king of popcorn.
Can you say something so we can see if you're working?
Oh,
You
Yeah,
sound
you
like
really-
you're in a tunnel.
Yeah, really low volume
You talking in a tin can?
with a string on it.
Let me look.
Oh, that's a little better.
Yep, that's better.
I didn't change anything.
Well,
just talk.
See there? Y'all are
Yes.
lying.
you
Yeah,
put
no,
down the
it's-
can.
when you first said something, it was like, but now it's come back to normal.
Okay. Well,
I think what it has to do is that
Oh, it's down
headset.
to 5.
I think it has to get
Oh,
warmed
not
up. It's like the old tube TVs that you used to
Oh,
have
yeah.
and turn them on. Takes a little while for it to get warmed up.
Well, this looks like it's going to work out okay, huh?
Yep, and I can stream to both YouTube and Facebook, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
Now, will it work tomorrow night?
Well, that's the big question.
I mean, we
I
can
won't
play
know.
around all you want tonight, but if it doesn't work tomorrow night,
I
You-
won't
you
be
know
here
it
tomorrow
won't.
night. I'm
Okay,
gonna
my
be
wife's
with family
just-
tomorrow night. So
my wife just texted me and said everything's good. So that's. I didn't even know we were going to be able to do this test, which I'll tell you, it's Dennis Goodson's out there, Aussie man. My wife has a, it's called ventricular tachycardia. Well, we thought that's what it was, but we went back and found something, and it's AV nodes, something else. I can't even remember the whole damn word for it. Let's just put it this way. For no reason whatsoever, her heart will jump to 150, 200 beats per minute. Just like that. Just like she's running a marathon, so to speak. And when I first met her, her doctor told her she was having panic attacks. And her husband had only been dead for 2 or 3 years. He got killed in an automobile accident. But the second time I was around her, actually I was near her office, and she called, or her friend at the office called me and said, she's having one of those attacks. Can you come over, or are you close enough to come to the office? So I went to the office, and they came in and did everything. And I told her right away, you're not having a panic attack. I just don't think those are panic attacks. I think you've got some underlying problem, and you need to see a cardiologist. And so make a long story short, she ended up having to go to the hospital, and on one of the next one after that attack, and lo and behold, finally the ER doctor said, you're not having panic attacks. You need to see a cardiologist. And I'm standing in the room going like, yeah, I've been telling her that. So I may be a dumbass paramedic, but I still kind of have an idea of what is going on, you know? So, well, she had nothing to be stressed about. I understand her husband had passed, but that'd been 2 or 3 years. We had a good relationship. We started out as friends, but we had a good relationship. Her kids were she wasn't having problems with her children. Her kids are, all 3 of her children, Chad, Cody, and Ashley, are just beautiful children. So there just was she wasn't under a lot of stress at her work. There was just so many reasons for her not to be having a panic attack. So to make a long story short, they first diagnosed her with, and there were some other things that happened too, with ventricular tachycardia. And that went on for a while, but the medication didn't seem to work as good. And so she went back for another meeting. And finally, since the medication wasn't working as good, they were talking about ablation. And that means they go in there and they actually cauterize some of the nodes of the heart that are sending these signals for electrical pulses, and to try to slow the pulses down. And the next phase of that, if the cauterization don't work, is go to a pacemaker. I wasn't satisfied with that, and we asked for another opinion, and they sent her to an electrocardiologist, which he's the one that studies the electrical analysis of the heart. And he looked over her case. We went in for the appointment, and he sat down and he says, "You don't have atrial fibrillation." And she went, "What?" And he goes, "They've been treating me that for 3 years." And he goes, "That's not what you got." He says, "I'm here to tell you." And it's this AV nodal reentrance something, but he called it. And he goes, he said, "You're a paramedic, right?" And he goes, I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, VFib, that's irregular heartbeat, right?" And I said, "Yes, it's a irregular heartbeat. In other words, your heart beats fast, but it's irregular." He goes, "Okay, this is her last strip." And he laid it down the table and he goes, "Take a look at that really, really, really close." He said, "Tell me what you see." And every perfect beat of the heart was in synchronous organization all the way down. It was rapid, but it was in sync. VFib is not like that. VFib will do 2 or 3, then skip, or 2 or 3, fast, but there's some erratical stuff in it. And I looked at it and I said, "Yeah, you're right." And he goes, "Yeah, every one of them is in just one right after another. There isn't no radical parts of this or whatever." He said, "So therefore it's not VFib." So he changed her medication, and lo and behold, she stopped having those things. So that's been a while now. But she hasn't had an attack in 3 or 4 years, maybe even a little bit longer, but at least 3 or 4 years. So tonight she was sitting there and she went like, "Ooh," and sit up in the bed. And I went, "What's the matter?" And she goes, "Yep, I'm having one." But we kind of contribute to a few things that's happening to her and have been happening to her lately, and I won't go into those, and it's not stress or anything related that we're having problems, but she's how do I want to put this? Huh?
Don't say it.
Yes. Let's put it this way. She's getting older. So that's the way I'll put it, and probably get my butt kicked when I go back inside. But and I know she don't mind me talking about her cardiac problem, because it's pretty well known. Everybody knows. All of her friends know it. Her family knows it. So it's not like any big deal. So
You're just making her heart race, Russ.
yeah, she gets excited over me. Yeah, well, she just, Aussie Man said maybe it's time to check her meds again. Well, we were just within the last 3 or 4 months ago. The first, I think she just had her evaluation. They did a stress test. They did everything, EKG, 12 lead. They did all kinds of tests on her right at the first of the year, like March, April, May, sometime around the first of the year. And everything come back perfect. She did the stress test, and the stress test, your heart's not bad. It's just for some reason it decides to electrical nodes decide to go crazy and misfire. You have nodes in your heart. That's where, and it sends electrical, your body sends electrical pulses. Your heart's one big, or a big muscle with 4 chambers. And so when the pulses hit it, it causes it to contract, which squeezes the blood out. When it releases and relaxes, the blood flows back in. So this is a continuous thing that happens in your heart. But for some reason, her nodes, when the one pulse is sent, the nodes get it and they go, oh, what? And start firing for unknown reasons on their own. So, Matt, do you want in here? Can somebody send him the link? Matt, if you want in here, you're welcome. I'm scared to touch anything because it's working.
It's all working. Don't screw with it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm scared to touch anything because it's working. But Matt, Brenda, I think Brenda's sending you the link. So where's Al at? I thought Al was going to be here.
He was going to the lumber yard, but I don't know if he got back.
I am a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yeah. I'll send him a thing, see if he's back.
Did
I
he
sleep
ever
all
finish
night.
that
And
thing he was building?
I sing all day. Yeah, that bed, that was a nice. I think, Brenda, you getting him the link?
I hope that's right.
Yeah, just copy the one that I gave you.
Well, that's what I tried to do. I mean, it doesn't look.
I know it don't look like the same old link. So if not, I'll get it again and I'll post it to him. Oh, there he is.
Here comes trouble.
Yep. ICTROUBLE.
Am I live?
Yep. Your volume's low.
Okay.
Oh, hell, they told me to
I'm going to go on mute. I have to finish up one task.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yep. That one did.
Al says he can't make it.
Okay. I understand.
Hey,
We're just doing a little test before tomorrow night's show. And yes, I don't have two things. I don't have a guest for tomorrow night. So we're going to do the opening of the new software party for the actual show. And I've got 2 or 3 prizes to give away. So, and we're going to do a question. You'll have to come up with the answers to the questions, and all those in the panel will be able to participate also. I'll ask a question. If you know the answer, you will email me the answer to contest@simplywoodencreations, and then I'll go through and I'll tell you you'll have to put each question in the subject because there are going to be 3 different prizes. So, and then I'll go through and randomly pick somebody out of all those emails and send them the prize. I know one thing we're going to be giving away tomorrow night, and I'll go ahead and show you that.
Oh, sure.
I've been trying to get one of those for 2-3 years now. Still ain't.
Yeah.
Hadn't there? Everybody wants one of these. But we're going to be giving away a FastCap 2P10 kit tomorrow night.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
I'm going back through some of the shows and pulling some points out of them so that I can ask the questions. So
I'm about halfway done on that first small bottle of the super glue there, and I could use a 2P10 kit.
What is this, Friday? Yes, T-Mac, we're doing a little test tonight. I wanted to see if I could get the new Zoom to work with Restream and send it to, because, okay, I could upgrade to the next level of Zoom and get where it would multicast to different platforms, but I would have to have 10 hosts. So that means I would have to have 10 people pay for, or I would have to pay for 10 people to be hosts in order to get that where it would multicast.
What kind of business model is that? You got to buy the product 10 times for you to multicast?
Yeah. So in other words, what I'm thinking is it's for
like
a business
that's scheme. Like,
well, it's for a business that's big. So it would have several different, like it would have companies scattered around the world. So each head of each company would be a host. They would have their people come into that meeting, and then that meeting would go along to the major meeting. That's the way I look at it. I know I shook my head when they said that anyway, but that's the way it has to work. So I'm already paying for Restream, and I did a lot of research on if I could do this, and yes, I can, and it's working. So it's not that hard to do. So, and it's working great. And let me tell you, the quality of the show is just totally awesome.
Cool.
Not that Matt's here, but I should have said fantastic instead of awesome.
Right. That's
Hey,
he
I
probably,
have-
he
I have
probably
on
has
my
trademarked that word.
Yeah.
I have on my computer screen, I'm doing a screen share with someone else who is my brother. There's another person very similar to me. His name's Steve, and he has a YouTube channel too. This is a show about YouTube. This is,
Yeah, cool.
woodworkers and makers on YouTube.
What's his channel name?
Banner Knowledge Bowling.
Banner Knowledge Bowling. Put it out there in the chat.
Yeah, let me see if he'll come on the live show. Do you want to meet him?
Sure, bring him on.
Let me see if
I don't have a problem with it. This is an impromptu. How do I say?
Impromptu.
Impromptu. I
Steve, are
It's
you
hell.
listening to me here?
yeah, impromptu.
Why don't you jump on this live stream and introduce yourself? You'll get some more channel subscribers. Do you want to take a break? Yeah, hit next, and then
Aussie Man says, just don't ask questions about the show's post or past. I never that. Well, unfortunately, I'm going back in time. I've been doing this for 5 years, so we're going back, and the questions will be. I got 3 prizes, so the questions will be from 3 different years, and
Oh,
3
Lord.
different shows in those years. So
Well, just make it something that I know.
yeah,
I don't know any of them. So that
I swear
always
to
leaves
God, I
me
send
out.
all my answers in every time, and I know I get them right, but I never win nothing.
well,
I think what happens,
you
you know
and
what
Fif-
happens?
Here,
He sees stuff from you and from me and from Chris. And he deep sixes it.
you and 50 other people send me something, and I put you in the hat, so to speak, and pull out, and you just ain't got it yet.
I'll tell you what, man. I've gotten one little box cutter from you. I've won that.
And he couldn't
But
even
you're
take that on an
probably
I
got
airplane.
use it all the time.
Do you
probably
realize
cut
how many
yourself.
people are saying that same damn thing out there?
I don't care about them.
He got a box cutter and he couldn't even take it on an airplane.
Yeah, I gave Donald one of those too, and he cut his damn finger.
I cut mine with it too. It's sharp, so I'm gonna sharp.
Yeah, T-Mac, Aussie Man, Leonard Davis, Jim Dockrell, Robert Crow, Mobile Home Workshop. Hi, Robert. Good to see you out there, my friend. Aussie Man, Dennis Goodson still out there. Hi, Dennis. So all these people are out there in the chat. Joyce McGuire.
I don't know that name.
She's my cockatiel's mother-in-law.
Okay. Joyce
Oh.
McGuire. Good to have you joining us. Thank you so very much.
I didn't
for
know they
coming
could have
over
one.
She's got a cockatoo and my cockatiel is in love with it.
Oh,
Leonard
oh.
Davis is out there. Thank you so very much, Leonard.
They make eggs together, do they?
They'd like to.
Well, why don't you let them?
They'd like to. Miss Becky is her bird, and Miss Becky's a pole dancer.
I said,
Oh,
why
well.
don't you let them?
I
Why don't
see.
you let them to congregate? You know.
Because Miss Becky's a pole dancer.
Well, I
Film
don't-
at 11. Film at 11.
who cares if she's a pole dancer?
Well, Fred does.
Well, Fred needs
Fred enjoys watching that pole dancing.
Fred needs to get off his high horses and just take care of the situation.
Have some eggs for breakfast.
Jim Dockrell says, I forgot I was even watching the show. Okay. So, and James Parker, if you're still out there on Facebook, I will check my contest at Simply Wooden Creations after we get off the show and see if I got your link. And if I do, I will put it over there, and you'll be the first entry into the 2019 Scroll Saw Artist Contest. And yes, and the last couple of times I think I've missed talking about that, by the way. So yeah, that's what's going on right now too, is the 2019 Scroll Saw Artist Contest. It will run the whole month of October through to October 31st. So go to simplywoodencreations.com, go across the top taskbar over to challenges, go down to Scroll Saw challenges, and over to he's a lot younger than you are, Matt. You got to be like, what, 60 or 70? He's probably 30. Stephen, can you hear us? Yeah, he's a hell of a lot younger than Matt. Man, Matt,
He's,
you're old.
He's trying to get his audio. Do you have audio, Steve?
I do, yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna quit. Join me.
All right.
Just stay where you're at. So this is my brother Steve. This is Russ, is the host with the glasses and the beard.
Hello, hello.
Paul, Chris, Brenda.
Let
another Russ.
everybody. I'm Russ. Good to have you here. And then Paul, introduce yourself.
I'm Paul from Paul's Messy Workshop.
Awesome.
Chris,
Chris from the Old Cranky Workshop.
How you
Brenda,
doing?
I'm Brenda G from Brenda G's Designs. I do a live stream on Thursday nights with that idiot brother of yours.
I love
Russ.
Yeah, I'm the other Russ, the pretty one from Russian Nails Woodshop.
it. Awesome. Thanks for having me join you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Good.
Steve's channel has almost identical stats to mine, to my Awesome Wood Things, but he has far fewer subscribers. But his
Okay.
his videos get rewatched over and over again. It's kind of crazy.
What kind of videos do you do?
So I'm a member of the professional bowlers. So I'm a PBA member.
Yeah, I think Matt's mentioned that before.
Yeah, so I'm on the Motive bowling staff. So as part of what I do for Motive, it's about marketing, it's about selling equipment. So when we're out competing, we throw a bowling ball and wear a shirt and that kind of stuff. So they want us to promote that. And obviously this social media is the way to get the word out. It's much more from their point of view, you reach a targeted audience, as you guys know. If you buy a commercial spot on TV when they're on Fox, you get whoever happens to be watching TV here. When you click on it, they're looking specifically for a ball and advice and things like that. So Matt said, we got to get you a YouTube channel, and that's kind of how it all started.
I don't think you were an administrator on the account. So if you will send Brenda, because she knows how to do it, the link to his YouTube channel, and Brenda, if you would be so kind to post it into the chat so that everybody can
it's in
see.
Brenda's direct message now.
I am not a wrench.
You're not a wrench.
Nope.
Okay, I know
There's
Paul
a
is.
reason. There's a reason for that.
I know
All right,
Paul
I
is. So
got
I'm
it to
sorry.
Paul. Paul, it's
Well,
in
I
your-
will guarantee you that will be changed ASAP. I'll make you a wrench. I would do it right now, but I'm scared I'd screw something up and this will all go to hell and we'd never be back again.
When Brenda gets a wrench, mark the time. This is the time that
Yeah, Brenda gets a wrench. Matt, I'll make you a wrench too. That's no
Oh,
problem.
dear.
I trust the people that I have on my show. I don't have a problem with trusting them. They're all great people. Your brother Stephen is kind of questionable at times, but yeah, I still trust him.
I get that. I hang out in bowling centers.
Yeah.
Steve's come a long way. I mean, I've taught it, I've helped him with the cinematography. Now, his wife's a professional photographer, a prosumer photographer, but the video is still a little fresh. So we taught him all that and how to edit. He edits an iMovie, and
Good.
he doesn't have Photoshop, so he uses the free GIMP photo editor, which is really clunky and difficult. You have to click on dead spots. Like
Yeah.
if things are over selected, it gets a little sensitive.
You know,
That's
you might
true.
want to think about, and I did this, and I know it's a little, well, it's not pricey to me, but I went through Adobe and bought their package where I pay for it every month, so that I get Premiere Pro and Photoshop and the audio one. I get like my choice of like 5 or 6 programs out of the Adobe thing, and I think it cost me $50 a month, $49.95 a month.
Yeah.
But
If
you get every time they update anything, they send it to you. And to me, the $50 a month is really worth it, because once I started using Premiere Pro, and then along with Photoshop, and then along with, I don't know what their audio program is, I can't remember the name of it, but once I started using all those 2 or 3 programs, I was like, oh man, these things. And then you get, if you need support, you can go boom support. Some of the times you can just type your question in and somebody will pop up and be
Oh,
right there in
wow.
a chat. So yeah, so to me, it's really worth it. I that's what I'm doing. I used to be if you don't want to do that, then the next best program, and I know Matt don't agree with me. So, and Matt's down at the bottom. That's not Russ Meadows. It's all the way down to Matt. Is Corel Video Studio Pro. That's a really good pro, and that only costs like $30 a month, $30 for a one time, $40 for a one time. That is really, to me, the next. If I was going to use any other program than the Premiere Pro, then my next one would be Corel Video Studio Pro
Okay. Good
for
information.
editing videos.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
for
information.
thumbnails.
Well, GIMP is good, but as Matt said, it's so clunky. And if you ever step into Photoshop after I used GIMP for years, then I stepped up to Photoshop. Now there's a learning curve, because Photoshop or GIMP's down here and Photoshop is way up here. So once you learn Photoshop and start understanding how it works,
Sorry.
OMG. It's like, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So for the $50 a month, which is actually $600 a year, or yeah, $5,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, $600 a year. I think it's worth it, because you pay $500 or $600 for one of those programs. Photoshop, go try to buy the whole program outright. You're looking at $300, $400, $500 for the whole program, and then you're not guaranteed to get all the updates. They give you one update, so you have to next year or the next
Photoshop's
2
only
years.
monthly.
Yeah, they went to all. I think they've all went to CC, which is Photoshop CC and everything, which is you pay for it all monthly now.
I see Paul dropped the Banner Knowledge bowling link in the chat. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
there it
go
is.
push some red buttons over there and watch him bowl. And
Yep.
the editing style was all approved by me, because we kind of worked out.
Stephen Haas's channel is out there in the chat. So I would ask you all, I don't see how many people's watching, but 12, 15,
14.
whatever however many you are, go over there and give this. He's right down here. Actually, he's in the corner. Go over there, and he's below Chris Ahern, right over there. Give this guy some love. Go over there and
You
join
should see
his
the
channel.
T-shirt I made for him. Look at this. I get a giggle out of this. Let me screen share here. Just give me a second. It's funny. All right, let's see. How do I screen share? Oh. Can you participants screen share?
Yes. Down
How
at the
is that?
bottom, down at the bottom of the screen, there's a toolbar,
Yeah.
and on the toolbar it says share. Move your cursor.
Invite participants share. Okay, there we go. Wow, lots of different. There we go. Am I sharing?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. So look at this T-shirt. Knock pins, get money.
Check out him.
So yeah, he's got merch too. He's trying. He's doing all the YouTube things correctly.
Well, according to you.
Yeah.
That's gonna put.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
was
one who
gonna
needs to coach him.
I was gonna say, you actually take his advice.
I do.
I don't take any of his advice, and
Now I'm going to give him some props. So I sign a staff contract with Motive Bowling, and in the contract they talk about, here's your obligations. You know, here's the things you got to do. You got to wear our shirts, throw our equipment, that kind of stuff. But they added language to say you got to do social media videos, and surprisingly, it's exactly the way that I do it. So Matt
took you
has
as the model.
infiltrated that industry without knowing that he infiltrated it. So,
That's fun.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he has 2,200 some subscribers, which is a little less than half of what mine is. But the stats are nearly identical as far as views and watch time. If you compare the watch time, crazy. Each channel's different. You know, it's fun.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna pull out here. I gotta
I do
get
too.
some Z's before the trip in the morning. So
Yeah, I
Well-
gotta get out of here too. I'll see everybody tomorrow night. Have a good
Good luck.
night.
Night,
Good luck
party
tomorrow, guys.
goers.
Good. Have fun, Paul. Have fun. Good night, Paul. Have fun, Russ, and Chris.
we know
I'll get
what
it
you
right in
mean.
a second. I put in today, stay away from pirates, and Chris went, I am a pirate. So
I am the pirate. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Good night, guys. Have a good time.
Have a good
Night.
trip.
Nice.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
all right, good night, Paul.
Night. After I figure out how to get out of here. Leave meeting. There we go.
The red text at the bottom. I was
Dropping
looking for
like
it myself.
Yeah, they're dropping like fly. Well, at least that every time they drop, we get bigger and bigger.
That's right.
Uh-oh. Is that a good thing?
Well, I don't know.
Where's the button to make you look better? I was playing with that last time, where it fuzzes out your face.
You haven't found that?
No, I did yesterday.
Okay, down on the toolbar.
Video settings. Yeah, here it is. Virtual background. Let's see. General, I think. No, video. Touch up my appearance. That's what it is. I'm going to do it right now. There we go. Am I prettier?
Well,
Unfortunately, I don't think anything will help.
I agree.
so Stephen, do you do woodworking and stuff too? Or
I do not.
okay, so Matt's hogged all that in the family, huh?
He got all of the, I'm gonna say, the artistic skill, and I got all the sports stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Like I am mechanically declined.
So how is it? He's the geek and you're the
Athlete.
Jock.
athlete. Yeah,
Jock.
the jock. There you go. He's the geek and you're the jock.
I
Yeah.
have no. It's just strange. I'm actually pretty much a geek too. I just happen to bowl.
Well, my geekiness came from being promoted and doing management type things that were so boring. I just wrote databases and automated all the tasks so I didn't have to do them, so I could be creative. But yeah, it's nuts. Ask Steve how many 300 games he's bowled. I think
man.
he's lost count.
Oh, gee.
Matt, I don't know. Did you see? So last night, what I shot? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, it was 800 something. It was
So
three
for
games, right?
yeah, so for a 3-game set, I shot an 855.
Well, whoa. If you can only get 300, what's the best score you can get out of a game?
This is for
Yeah,
3 in a row.
300. So the highest you can get in a 3-game set is 900. I had an
Okay.
855.
Ooh, okay.
I averaged 285. I didn't strike 3 times.
In 3 games.
Yeah, I struck every other time. I didn't.
So there's
strike-
10 frames per game, but that doesn't include the last frame because
there's the 2 extra balls.
yeah, the 2 extra balls. So that's actually 12. Let's say there's 12 frames.
There's
per
36,
game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had 30 strikes or something like that. I went 268, 299, 288.
I used to when I was younger,
Three
from
feet.
about 20 or 18, 19 to about 25. I used to bowl. My average was like 280, 260.
Wow.
Steve's sons have it too. I went bowling just for fun with all of them. He has two boys, and Steve got a 300. His oldest boy missed the last. He got all strikes except the last ball he threw. And Cody did good too. Cody had 270 something. It was
Yeah,
crazy. I was like,
Mackenzie has 2 300s. Cody has 1.
Wow.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I worked for my father was a contractor, a builder, carpenter. And he used to send me to work every year with one of the people that worked on his jobs. Like for 1 year, I worked for an electrician to learn how to do electrical. For 1 year, I worked with a plumber when I was growing up. I think I started this at 13 or 14 years old. But anyway, to make a long story short, with the car, I worked for a guy that did nothing but trim work, the baseboard, the casings, all the moldings inside the house. And he happened to be a bowler. And this was when I was about 18 years old, and he's the one that got me turned on to bowling.
Nice.
And, yeah, so him and his wife are in a league, and he goes, "Come on, and you can come up there while the league's playing because there's other lanes, and we'll talk to you and everything, and you can learn how to bowl." So,
You will now be placed into the conference.
Okay, whoever that was. Anyway, so to make a long story short, I found out I can't bowl with heavy balls. I know that didn't sound right, but I had to have like a 14 or 15 pound ball, which is really actually, I know Brenda's just going, Russ, you just not say that, but we're talking about bowling here now. Come on. So I could only have because I was only like 18 years old, could only use a 15 pound. What weight ball do you use for your bowling?
I have a 15-pound bowling ball.
See?
The thing is, if the ball fits your hand, if you drill it, you can, then it's not heavy. Then it'll fit. If the ball doesn't fit your hand,
You are the last party in the conference.
Well, how I learned is his wife. I was trying to bowl, and his wife says, "Here, try my ball," and this is sounding even more. Brenda's over there going like, "Yeah." So anyway, I did, and I was like, "Holy crap, this thing works great!" So I ended up buying my own bowling ball, and it was about 15 pounds, and they sized it to my hand spread or whatever. So, and I've still got that. It's still in its bag in my closet to this day. It's still there.
that's awesome.
I picked a green. It's a green swirl ball.
That's awesome.
Green.
I have another funny story. So my kids bowled, my wife bowled. So I'd get these bowling balls because the companies would send them to me. So I'd keep them, and you can plug them and re-drill them and give them to my kids, and that kind of stuff. And so I just keeping them. And then one day, Lisa's like, "We have to clean the garage out." So I got them all organized. You know how many I had in my house? I had just under 120 bowling balls in my house.
How many?
120 at 120.
Holy crap!
Now I just give them to the kids. Like there's a junior program, and when I'm done, I give them to the kids. My kids are older.
You could start your own bowling alley with that.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He has the lawn
Aussie Man says, "I'm just happy to hit a pin, any pin. I'm really crap at bowling."
Oh yeah, there's
Brenda says, "I'm the queen of the gutter ball." Jim Dockrell says, "Just holy crap, he's got him out in his front yard."
Yeah, I had
there's-
so many
there's
of them.
a
I like
lawn-
lined the garden with some of them, and
That's pretty cool, actually.
What else
Especially
are
if
you
you.
gonna do with them?
Oh well, I mean, if you're a bowler, that's like perfect. I think it looks great.
Jim Dockrell says, "Don't throw the game-winning ball into the audience." Yeah, that would be kind of bad. I can.
that's yeah.
Uh,
In other sports, that's acceptable. In bowling, it's not.
No. Hey Russ, I'm monitoring Steve's upload on YouTube, and we ran into a problem, so we're gonna have to jump in a minute, just to give you a heads up.
okay,
Okay.
no problem. Matter of fact, whenever I'll say this much, can you hang on for another 3 or 4 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
It's 8:35. We'll close out at 8:40 because I need to go inside with my wife anyway. The Jim Drockel says a machine shop class. The teacher cut up a bowling ball, made alternating strips with the brass, and turned cool candlesticks with them. Okay, there's brass and bowling balls.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's an old bowling ball.
Resin, a lot of resin, a lot of
Yeah,
acrylic.
yeah, resin, polyurethane,
Yeah.
polyester, urethane.
Well, maybe I'm reading wrong. He cut up a bowling ball, made alternating strips with the brass. Yeah, it says with the brass.
I mean, there are candlestick pins.
Maybe he added brass to the
Yeah,
material.
Could be. That may well that okay. T Mac goes, how do you dispose of old bowling balls? I actually don't think I want to know.
No,
This is
I
the PG.
I recycle them, so I give them to the junior program. Ultimately, I think they get thrown out.
Didn't the UPS man say, "What's in this thing? Bowling balls?" And he's like,
Oh.
"Actually, yeah." He gets them in
So-
the mail.
See, this is kind of interesting. So if like when I'm bowling across the country, sometimes it's better to mail the bowling ball. Rather
Yes.
than take it on an
Rather than
air.
trying to take it on the plane. I agree.
So interestingly enough, to mail a bowling ball, UPS it, you put a round ball in a square box, and you put 4 square boxes in a big square box. And that is the best way to ship them. If you do
Okay.
2, they kind of roll off the belts. The 4 is the way to go. So I was shipping 8, so I had 2 4-ball boxes to Reno. And I have them at work, I have the label on it. And the UPS guy comes and I said, be careful. Those 2 boxes are really heavy. They're 15 pounds a piece. So what's that, 55 pounds or whatever it is. And he said, I'll be okay. So he picks them up and, he puts them in the truck and he comes back. He goes, my gosh, Steve, those suckers were heavy. What was in them? Bowling balls. And I said, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
So that was funny.
Aussie Man said, yeah, donate them to donate some of your bowling balls to wood turners.
Because
they actually make come on, help me think of the
Carl
one,
Jacobson?
Robin, Carl Jacobson. Carl Jacobson. I
Ken
think
Moon?
Ken Moon. Yeah. So I guarantee you that they would love to have one of your bowling balls because they can actually turn them down and make things out of them.
Yeah,
I can take it to the next
absolutely.
woodworking show. Put some in
Yeah.
the car.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, send me one. I'll make something out of it. I got a lathe and I know how to turn. So
We'll figure it out. That's pretty cool.
cut them up and turn them into pin blanks. That's an idea too, especially if they're they don't. What's the core of them? Do you know?
The bowling balls are made of 3 pieces. There's a core inside, a dense material that makes the ball hook more or hook less. So they can make the core bigger or smaller. The core can be asymmetrical or symmetrical. There's a filler, lighter material, and then there's a cover stock, the thing that touches the
The
lane.
polyurethane, in other words.
Yeah.
The
So
How
poly-
there's
thick
3
is the
parts
cover
to it.
stock? Is it like an inch thick, or is it like 3
An
inches?
inch to about 2 inches thick.
Mm,
And
inch
then
is all you
there-
need for a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
And
have
then
to
you could
very
have a-
carefully cut it anytime you cut a sphere on a woodworking tool. It's dangerous, but yeah, if you could manage that.
Well,
Yeah.
if you make a device that has like teeth on it that will hold it,
Yeah.
that it can be done. You just
There's
have
ways
know
to do it
what
safe. Just do it safe.
T Max says I used to have an AMF rubber bowling ball.
Nice.
James Parker says, good night, all. See you tomorrow night. Good night, James. Yeah, we're not going to be here too much longer. I said 8:40, and guess what? It's exactly 8:40. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut out of here. And I appreciate you all for being here.
Thank you.
I just noticed there was one thing in the chat, but yeah, and thank you, Stephen. Glad to have you on here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good, and it's good to see you. And Matt, you're a hell of a lot older than he is because he looks so young.
He keeps in much better shape. He is an athlete.
Just have to rag you, Matt.
Just
Just have to rag you, my friend. No, Matt is one. He is one of the most awesome friends I have.
Yes.
I love him to death.
Absolutely.
He's a great friend, and I appreciate him so very much.
That's so awesome.
And we all tolerate Brenda.
And we all tolerate Brenda.
Just kidding. We love her too.
Yeah. No, she's
Love
fantastic and wonderful. Since the day we met, it's just been a instant friendship and a growing friendship with Brenda. So that's always been that way. But yeah, we're going to get out of here. And I'm not going to sing us out of here tonight unless you want me to.
No. Skip it.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's kind of what I figured. So anyway, so we're going to end this meeting and we will talk. I guess if I hit end meeting, do we stay in here for a few minutes? I don't know. We're fixing to, or do I hit stop for live? Oh, stop recording.
Stop the live.
Recording.
Separate from the live. Yeah.
Live. Stop live stream. So I'll go up here and stop live stream and we'll hang in here just for a few more seconds. But
okay.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here for the test, and I appreciate it so very
Night,
much.
y'all. See you tomorrow night.
Good night. God bless.